Good morning. Ah. Okay, so look at I have the same clothes on as yesterday, which is like a normal thing for me because yeah, like we do laundry um not as often as you know, we could not could not as often as we would like to, I guess. But today feels a little bit different because today I'm feeling like I don't know if you've ever been a drinker. I was a drinker for a little while. Um, and the day after I would drink, and this is when I would like actually go out and fully, like full on drink. I was a smoker at one point too in my life. Um, and drink and smoke and whatever, you know, like, and go to bed at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning. And I would wake up and it was like, it felt like a truck hit me, right? I would be like sore, and I would be tired, and I would be like whiny, and I would just want food, any kind of food, and drink, like any kind of drink. We've got a kitten here, and she likes to jump hey, no, no, no. She likes to jump on everything. Oh! um, and then our little border collie likes to, discipline her. He doesn't do anything, but he just likes to like go up to her and say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Anyhow, um, I haven't drank. I mean, I shouldn't say somebody. Oh, I went to a birthday party, and they had these slush shots. To me, it wasn't a shot. Like I haven't actually went to a bar to drink in probably 17 years. Um, But anyways, they had this shot, but it was in a really big glass with a straw. So to me, that doesn't seem like a shot. But it was multicolored slush, and so I did try one of those for a friend's birthday, just not too long ago. But literally, that's I don't know when before that. Um, so I don't like. I'm not a drinker per se. Um, Not per se. I'm not a drinker. I feel like this is a gong show already, which I'll just have to get over. But anyway, so yesterday I had like this super fantabulous day. Like fabulous day. And I was really busy, really active, and I have some chronic pain anyway. And so this morning, and I stayed up late. Oh man, I had such a good time at a prayer meeting. I love that. Oh my goodness. I used to close down bars, but now I close down churches and prayer meetings. It works, right? Um, and so I was at this prayer meeting, and then I just like was debating whether I should go to the gym or not at midnight because the gym's open at all night. I decided not to because I thought, oh man, I actually like had done so much yesterday, and I knew that I had probably hit my limit already. I just need to check what she's doing. Oh, yeah, of course. I'm getting up close and intimate. Hi. Doesn't like to be held. But I don't like her in the garbage. She went that way. Okay, so if nothing else, I was thinking this is for my benefit. If it's not, if you end up watching it. Hi. The camera is over here, but the phone's over there. So maybe I should. Oh man, I don't know. How do I do this? Oh, look at my. Oh, there's my dog. The other dog. I love her so much. There's my other dog. I actually have a really nice house. Interesting. Like, I mean, it's not fancy. But I don't need fancy right now. Okay, so I went to this prayer meeting. And was deciding whether I should go to the gym. I made a phone call, and then I was deciding whether I should go to the gym or not. And I decided not to, because I felt like I had already hit my limit. And today I have two things on the agenda that require going out of the house, and like it's a whole big thing for both of them, which I was super stoked about both of them, but it's still a big deal. And honestly, like 10 years ago, well, 10 years ago for sure, but maybe even 5 years ago or 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I would have been like, suck it up, buttercup. Like, I would have had a completely different attitude about that type of thing. So it's taken a little bit of a process to get to this place. And so anyways, so I decided just to come home. And I went to bed pretty quickly after I got home. I did a couple of things, took the dogs out and such. And anyway, and it's this morning I wake up and I'm like, oh man. And it just feels like I've got some allergy issues, so my apologies, but it feels like I have a hangover. I haven't had a hangover in like ages. 27. I was 27. I'm 42. How long is that? 37 is 10 years. 3 plus 2 is 5. 15 years. The last time I went drinking was my 27th birthday. 15 years since I've had a hangover. Man, it's a long time. Interesting. Yeah. It's funny how humanity is designed, well, not just humanity, but like all of creation. There's such seasons for everything. And like just thinking about those drinking days, or not even the drinking days, but like last night, if I did nights like those and days like those too often, I would start to break down. And it's incredible, the threshold. I know that I used to do a lot more. And just completely ignore any kind of sign that I needed rest or to slow down. And I would just, like, I would be so miserable. And even in the drinking days, like there were times when um, I would I would travel. Man, I would drive all over the country. Well, the western country. Um, you know, in order to be at a party on time. 21 hours is, I think, the most I've driven in a stretch. But even that, like, oh man, it's funny how and I guess maybe in our youth that's what we're designed to do is push limits. But I feel like I didn't just push limits, it was really unhealthy. Um, whereas, whereas now I'm pushing boundaries. Um, oh, excuse me, hang on. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh, wow. There you go. Oh, excuse me. Man, I could, I could feel it right here. I've got some beautiful facial hair, of course. I don't know what that's, if it's endometriosis. Is that the word for it? It's definitely genes. I I'm Korean Swedish, and my Swedish aunts have facial hair. Of course, not like this, but they have quite a few little whiskers, but they're blonde. Whereas I'm Cree, so I am not blonde. But just, talking about like pushing past limits. And I pushed push so much and so often that then I would have to rely on different substances. Um, I know sugar has been one substance. I know when I am in high pain, I didn't realize this until probably 3 months ago, but when I'm in high pain, sugar, I crave sugar. And and when I'm doing tons of stuff, I start craving Coca-Cola. Now before, I was pushing so far that I was craving marijuana and craving alcohol, right? Like I needed, not needed, but I wanted to let loose, maybe. I don't know if that would be the right term, but I definitely wanted to, yeah, just get rid of the stresses, get rid of everything that I pushed through. Whereas now I'm I'm finding more of I want to say balance, but I don't think that that's the right word. I'm finding my rhythm, you know, and wanting to work within that. We've been at like a gambling place recently, and they had, oh, okay, I don't know what happened. Um, they had They had a sign on the wall, know your limit and play within it, maybe? Anyways, and that's, I feel like it's such a good slogan. And I get that it's like gambling and whatnot, but I'm not saying don't push past boundaries, and I'm not saying don't allow your tent pegs to be enlarged. Um, I'm saying that there's healthy limitations. And again, I don't want to say health. I don't want to say healthy. That doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but that's not the wording that I want to use. Like we are designed. Um, different people have different body structures and different. Um, but I think we're all designed for love and joy and peace and grace and so many good things. But I think that lots of us are so far from that threshold, whether by our own doing or the doing of generations. That doesn't even necessarily matter at the end of the day. I mean, you have to work through it, definitely, but that we are, here's the threshold, and so many of us can't even see it. We're so far from it. Here's the threshold of what our body should do and can do. Like, you know, I seen a video yesterday of all the superheroes in the recent movies in real life working out. And so it's like, here's the threshold. And some people are even above, like they've pushed past that threshold. But then there's other people who have pushed past that threshold in the other direction. And that would have been me, is pushing in the other direction in order to, and not knowing, but in order to defile myself. Because I was so angry about so many things. And I find myself, like, for example, choosing not to go to the gym. And I'm super excited and I want to get back to the gym. But I have to honor my body as well. It's been through so much trauma in its short life that, I want to do this together. I don't want to do it, you're going to listen to me. That type of, which I've done for years. I've done that with my body and with other areas of my life where I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, so I couldn't go to like prayer meetings every single night and I used to. Oh, that's one thing too. Like we used to be involved in a church where we had to travel to get there. And man, I would sometimes be there 5 days a week. No, more than that. And and just exhausted, and yet feeling like I didn't do enough. Okay, I've been kicked off twice now, so maybe there's a time limit. Um, yeah, I think that's good for now anyways. Yeah, doesn't matter whether you're thinking you're doing it for the right reasons. You might be pushing it doesn't matter whether you're doing it for the right reasons. You might be pushing that threshold in the wrong direction. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks. Oh, how do I stop it? Maybe like this? Whoa.